What's going on, my Flappy family? It's your boy Izzy. Welcome if you're new. So apparently, Angel Reese is trending on Twitter right now. It's because of a couple reasons, but I think one of the main reasons is because of the Wall Street Journal. And a lot of people, Caitlin Clark fans specifically, don't really like what was said in the journal. So we're about to get all the way into it, but before we do that, y'all make sure y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy if you like the content. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We are trying to hit 16.2 by the end of the day, so if y'all can help me out with that, I highly appreciate it. And don't forget to get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about this. Let's get it. All right, so a lot of cool things were said amongst, Asia and Angel Reese about each other. But I think the main thing that everybody is talking about is the article itself, right? So from the Clark Report, they always speaking of everything about Caitlin Clark. So the Wall Street Journal posted a 17-minute article on the WNBA's big, bold, record-breaking year. The article didn't mention Caitlin Clark a single time except to recall Angel Reese taunting her in the 2023 National Championship. Now, I have no problem with that. They're interviewing Angel and Asia. So, I mean, it is what it is. And, to not bring her up, it's kind of like a nudge towards like, hey, thanks for doing this. So we're going to make this article all about you, So most of these journalists do things like this, but you'll find those rare occasions where some of them will keep the integrity of their journal. So, yeah, it happens, so that's no problem with that. But let's see what was said, though. That's making it trend, right? The article almost reads like a satire in the way it intentionally avoids Clark's name at every possible turn. Kind of reads like a long for a trendy hoop stars tweet. A surge of newcomer fans to the W, as insiders call it, has driven up average attendance nearly 50% year over year and sent viewership on ESPN networks soaring 170%. Now, we do know the majority that was being watched was the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark. Now, we can't lie about that, so I get what they're saying right there. People are not just tuning in, they're obsessing. In my 4 years as commissioner prior to this, I got 40 emails, probably from fans. The WNBA's Kathy Engelberg says I get 4,000 a week now. Now, I would say, I can be honest, yes, Caitlin Clark is a huge reason why everybody is tuning in, why a lot of people is tuning in now. But I always said, I think the rookie class, as far as Brink and Angel, I think people did tune in for them too. And I believe Angel Reese is the next popular player. Like, I'm not even fronting on this. I genuinely believe that Caitlin Clark is number one on popularity, and then it's Angel Reese. That's how I feel. I mean, even the jersey sales were showing it, right? I mean, you got to give it to her. She is popular. One of the more hotly contested takes is how to best explain the W's runaway success. Most will agree that WNBA mania can be traced to the superstar rookies who arrived this year, but the reasons that the WNBA became the biggest professional sports story of 2024 run deeper than any single player. Woo, it's long overdue, says NBA legend LeBron James, who goes on to note just a few of the WNBA's biggest stars, Diana, Brianna, Nafisa, and Asia, whom he calls the head honcho of the league. Now, it is interesting that they're bringing up what LeBron said, because we know what LeBron said also, though, right?
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it f***ed up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA.
So we remember what else LeBron James said about this whole topic, right? And it is kind of funny they didn't put it in there. They didn't put that in there. But like I said, it's going to tailor towards who they're interviewing. You see what I'm saying? So they want to paint a good light for Asia and Angel. And that's okay. So this is the part where it gets a little iffy, right? So let's get into it. The article does mention Clark in one short portion where they made sure to minimize the flagrants she received throughout the season. Didn't show up on the initial Control F, as the author seems allergic to using her first name and randomly brings her up without a natural segue, right? Okay, so let's see what was said here. In the glare of the 2024 season, though each inspired a firestorm, some defenders of Clark directed attacks at Reese, Carter, or other black players, contending they were targeting Clark out of jealousy. Oh boy, here we go. Reese says she got death threats and has been followed to her home. Now, issue number one is, why did you put this exactly after you're talking about defenders of Clark? Yeah, okay. It's giving disingenuous, but we gonna keep going, right? Clark was indeed on the receiving end of twice as many flagrant fouls, 6 in 40 games this season, as any other player in the league, according to the data site Her Hoop Stats. But the number of such fouls called in a season can vary widely, and Clark's status isn't an outlier. Aerial Powers, for instance, was flagrantly fouled at nearly the same rate in 2022, 5 in 35 games. Clark pushed back on the toxic vitriol, saying people should not be using my name to push those agendas. So it's kind of like they undermined the stuff that Clark was going through, and we all saw it, man. It was crazy work, okay? And for a lot of the flagrants to come from the sky alone, I think you should have just dodged this, man. You should have dodged this. This was just disingenuous all the way through. I believe this is the part that has a lot of people like, nah, this ain't it. First off, you're painting Caitlin Clark fans in a negative light. And I think if you was just going to paint Angel and Asia in a positive light, do that. That's completely fine. And if you wasn't going to mention Caitlin Clark at all, that's perfectly fine as well. But to turn around and to crap all over her fans, oh my goodness. And then you want to say, you basically tied her fans into the death threats and being followed at home. Come on, Wall Street. I just now noticed that it's Asian Angel on the article's photo. They are hilarious, man. Didn't have an issue with that, as they were the players interviewed for the article. But to only bring up Caitlin when it serves to paint her/her fans in a negative light is disingenuous. There it is, see? Especially in an article titled Inside the WNBA's Big, Bold, Record-Breaking Year. I get it. I 100% agree with that one. Now, I get super fans, okay? But at this point, Clark Report, they are right about this. This does feel disingenuous. I'm sorry. Unreal to the point of laughable. It does mention Caitlin Clark getting flagrant fouled 6 times this season, but then poo-poos it by comparing it to another obscure player from a previous season. I didn't understand it. It was unnecessary. Just keep it out of the article, man. The WNBA equals Caitlin Clark. Some need to show skin to be noticed, to get noticed. Reese is a nobody. I don't agree with that. Reese is definitely popular. I think she's a great rebounder, and she's really good at business too. I'm gonna show some other clips about what she got going on. It's all good. Just let Caitlin play ball and try to help her team win a championship. And at the end of the day, that's all you can do. But I don't blame people for pointing out these type of things. Imagine a story on the surge in the popularity, TV revenue, and total purse money of the PFA Tour, I thought it was PGA Tour, in 1996, and never mentioning Tiger Woods. Even in sports, news often isn't real. No one but those employed by WNBA would know it even really exists, if not for Clark. Now, I think a lot of people knew about the WNBA, but it's a ton of people that actually discovered the WNBA after Caitlin Clark got into the league. So 2 things can be true, but definitely I believe Clark brought a huge wave to the WNBA. So the bias against CC will only make her improve her game. She's the Larry Bird of the W, but she's not getting the props Larry got in the NBA. That's a good point. Within 3-5 years, the WNBA will be completely transformed thanks to CC and Juju. Did they mention whether they attempted to interview Clark? If not, that's journalistic malpractice. Honestly, I think they can interview anybody they want to interview or say whatever they want to say. It's just, don't be mad when somebody look at you a certain way. That's all. So it's another part inside the interview where Asia was saying, like, she see a little Asia in Angel. So we can go ahead and listen to that real quick.
Also recently played against rookie Angel Reese.
Yeah.
I've heard that one of her first WNBA games was to see you play.
Oh, dope. I didn't know that. It's been super cool to play against her. Obviously, I've watched her throughout her collegiate career, even when back in Maryland. My good friend actually was coaching her at that time, so that's how I honestly started to follow Angel. And I saw a little bit of myself in her. No matter what I do, I'm going to make sure that I go all out and I give it 100%. And I saw that just the motor that she has, I was like, oh yeah, that is young Asia 100%. But for her to want to, for all these years to still rebound the basketball, is something that's really her and true to her. So I hope she never loses that.
So, I mean, everybody can point out that rebounding is her game. That's what she does. Now, would I love to see videos of her working on her inside game before the season starts? Absolutely. Absolutely. I would love it, man. Because I want Angel to succeed, in the WNBA. But she's definitely going to have to start working on it. Now, I don't know if her wrist still hurts and she's just not wearing the brace. I don't know. Some people can take the brace off earlier than expected. So, I don't know. I don't know. Now, I do believe the Unrivaled starts in January. So, I don't know if she's even going to be playing in that. But it would be nice to see her get back in the gym and work on her inside game. Yeah, she has a lot going on, man. She had Glorilla coming to her podcast. She got her Beats by Dre with Unapologetically Angel. And then also she has part ownership in a team, a soccer team, and she has a model agency. So she has a lot going on. I wanted to play this clip for you all right here.
What does owning a team
look like for me? So I already have part ownership of a team, of a soccer team. So yeah, I've already have that, but I want to own a basketball team. Just being able to grow the sport. There are so many women that I play with in my whole career that deserve a spot in this league, because women do deserve it. Like facilities like this, every woman should be able to step in and be able to go into a locker room and be able to have a safe space, or go into a gym at 3 o'clock in the morning where they want to do that. So I want to be able to just invest. We never get the full potential of everything. We always get told no. And I just want my modeling agency just to be exemplified about, you don't get told no. Like, you're going to get the yeses. You're going to get more yeses than nos, and just being able to know that. So I'm excited for that. I know that's going to come soon.
So as you see, man, she has a lot going on. And I think that kind of debunks all the she can't afford her rent stuff that was going on. Look, like I said, man, do not fall into that trap. She has the money to pay for that rent, okay? She's on the Reese's Puff thing. She just shot her commercial for that. So Angel Reese has it going on, okay? She is making plenty money. This dude, Aries Spears, man, shared his insight on what he think about Angel Reese. And let's see what he had to say.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Aries Spears here. Listen, man, I know I'm about to catch some flack for what I'm about to say. And let me just say, I'm all about my fellow black brothers and sisters being down for one another. Support black businesses, support black causes, support our black women, support each other. Power to the people. But to all the people about the Angela Reese versus Caitlin Clark thing, to all the black people out here trying to make it a racial issue, y'all delusional. Angela Reese is garbage. Pure garbage. When you look at from in terms of a skill set, her versus Caitlin, she's garbage. She just throws the ball up and plays like she's part of the Special Olympics. She plays like a toddler. There's no finesse, no smoothness, no beauty, no poetry, no skill set to her game at all. She's garbage. Stop being delusional.
Although he was making fun of her, it is some truth in it, okay? I definitely believe if she just gets some more skill behind it, some more finesse, make it look a little better, I think a lot of people will back off of her about what she does in the paint. Of course, her shooting percentage close to the rim was very low. I think it was the lowest in the league. I'm giving Angel a ton of grace here. But yeah, I don't take this video way longer than what it needed to be. Y'all let me know what y'all think about all this information in the comment section. I love y'all. Y'all keep it smooth.